Oh yeah, I'm feeling off today. God, I couldn't shut you up.
Doran, flying high to bring you the best films in Ireland. Eclipse.
No, it's not Thursday, it's Friday, okay? It's Friday. You don't have another work day to look forward to. Our man, Colin McFadden, joins us live on the Zoom from Eclipse Cinemas up there in Bundoran. Colin, how are you?
Oh, well, a day late and a book short, clearly. Yeah, we're getting by. It's been a busy week, Shamey. Of course, we had the National Cinema Day last week, which was a huge success. I think in cinemas all over the country, it was great to do. I'll imagine I would be well out of the loop, but I'd imagine it'll happen again because loads of people came out. And one of the things that was great about it, certainly in the cinema I work in, was a real sense of sort of excitement and adventure. People clearly went to see stuff, Blackbird, for example, that they wouldn't have maybe normally gone to see. Instead, they give it a chance. But my favorite thing was two young girls who I was helping collect tickets because it was so busy. Two young girls came up and I said, "What are you going to see?" And they said, E.T. And I went, "Oh, have you seen it before?" Knowing they wouldn't have seen it in the big screen, they said, "No, as a matter of fact, we don't really know what it's about. Our mum said we should go and see it." And I said, "Hold on to your hats, girls. You're about to see one of the greatest movies of all time." So that was great. It was tremendous fun. And people were just going to see stuff for the pleasure of seeing stuff rather than going, "Oh, well, I'm going to
see this,
dedicate a night to see this movie and high expectations." People were going just for fun. It was great.
Okay, come here. We've got a great week, and we're late this week because you had to go see a couple of these films and get us up to date on them all. But we're going to kick off with I presume we can call this a comedy. It's See How They Run. Yeah,
it's certainly a comedy. It's also a whodunit, and it's a whodunit about a whodunit. We'll play the clip and let Saoirse Ronan, who plays Constable Stalker. It's very funny in this. Maybe they'll explain what the story is all about.
Victim's name is Leo Kopernik, sir. Seems he was killed in the costume store. And then he was deposited here. Staged, so to speak. Sorry, sir. How much longer do you intend to hold us all hostage?
Or is that the idea? Gather all the suspects and interrogate each of us in turn until the mystery's solved?
Marvin Cocker-Norris, overrated playwright.
Celebrated playwright?
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I can't read my own handwriting.
There was an incident.
I'll kill you.
It's as good as a confession.
Let's not jump to conclusions, Constable.
She looks like she's loving this. She looks great, man. Yeah.
She's having a ball. And, she often plays, I think look, it's no big surprise to say Saoirse Ronan's a brilliant actress. But, we all have people we like and people don't. I always particularly liked her. But she's so good at comedy. But she often plays very serious, dramatic roles. And I think she's really enjoying just letting loose. And she gets all the best one-liners. So, lots of people will be familiar with The Mousetrap, famously the longest-running play. So this is a movie based about a murder during The Mousetrap. So they're going to make a movie of The Mousetrap, and then the director is murdered, and it's a whodunit within a whodunit. So there's loads and loads of jokes about, as if you'd all gather in a house so the detective can tell you all jokes about all the detective stories you've seen. Nearly all the characters are named after famous detective novelists and so on. It's really good fun. Sam Rockwell, who's another favorite actor of mine, he plays the sort of world-weary drunk detective, and Saoirse Ronan is this really eager constable who wants to please, and as I said, keeps on jumping to conclusions. The minute somebody says, "Oh yeah, I did it," she goes, "Right, I arrest you," and she jumps off. But I was struggling a little bit when I was coming up this morning, and I was thinking about how to describe this, because sometimes something is just good fun. It's not the most memorable movie in the world or anything like that, but you have a load of really good actors with very clever dialogue, having a great time. It's about an hour and 25 minutes. You come in, have a good time. and out you go again. Like a good play, like a good. I love reading Ian Rankin and those sort of detective novels. Like a really good one of those. I would struggle to remember which rebus I'm reading at the moment. Remember which one it is, but you just know it's going to be pleasure from start to finish. And that's one of these movies. I really enjoyed this. I watched this yesterday, and really had a good time watching it. And again, laughed out loud several times, which is something you don't always do when you're on your own. You know,
Yeah.
and like there's loads of other people in. Ruth Wilson, loads of people know her from Luther. David Oyelowo, Adrian Brody is the detective, and a load of British stars from TV, and everyone's just so good. They're so good.
Come here, and she's playing with an Irish with her own accent.
Yeah,
Irish
she plays
accent.
with her
so
own
she
accent.
is Irish in it.
Yeah, they don't really mention it. It's
Yeah.
set just after the war. She is someone who obviously had to work during the war when women had more roles, and she just kept it. And they obviously just said, "Can I just keep my Irish accent a bit?" Fine. And actually, her delivery is all that bit funnier, particularly when she's sarcastic. Something about that sarcastic sort of Dublin accent that I really enjoyed. I think she's great in it, but everyone's good in it. Just everyone's good, and you don't know who done it, but it doesn't really matter because it's just good fun.
Okay,
big
let's move on
recommendation
to.
from me. Yep.
When's that opening? That is
That
today?
opens today.
Okay, that's good. Come here, we've bodies. Tell me more.
This also opens today, and as I said, See How They Run is about play within a play, and there's lots of in jokes about it. Bodies is a horror slasher movie, but it's very like Scream, I suppose, because it's very aware that the people watching these movies have seen loads of horror movies, and they've loads of jokes about that. And what it is bodies kind of version of Weak Murder, that sort of game. It's a party game about who's the killer, but instead at this party, somebody is actually really killed. But where the humor comes in there, they really have fun at sort of the Generation Z people. So
Yes.
while somebody has actually been attacked by the slasher and her friends are giving out her, she's going like, I feel like you're attacking me right now. And she's covered in blood. They really take the mick out of, American teenagers of this generation. So it's very funny. It's scabrous. I only got to watch the first half an hour of it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not a big slasher movie fan, but I like movies who know about movies. And this is aimed at people who've seen all these movies and go, you can't do anything to surprise me anymore. And
Yeah.
well, you can, and you can take the mick and have a good time at it. I think people are going to really enjoy this. It's good fun. Not for the faint-hearted, I would say.
Oh, is it not?
No, but it's good
not.
fun.
I'm not a horror person, as you know.
No, I don't think it's for you. I think you'd like the humor in it, but I think the slashy bits would be a bit too slashy for you, I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking down at my running order, and I see the word grease.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with grease in my axle in my car. Is
No.
grease coming back?
Grease is back, and we did talk about this a little bit at the sad passing of Olivia Newton-John,
Yes.
where I told my Grease story for the millionth time, which I'm not going to say that again.
Okay.
But, loads of people asked, could we bring it back? So, we were very successful recently with Dirty Dancing in the Director's Lounge. So we're doing that again, making a big night out of it. There's free glass of Prosecco and everything when you buy your ticket. People love this movie. And I was thinking about this, right? So Grease is probably the best movie that shouldn't work. When you think about it, it's a movie that's 40 years old, about a time that was 20 years before. We're now double the time that they were looking back on. Everyone is about 42, meant to be playing a teenager, right? The songs are way raunchier and way less acceptable than you remember. It's only when you're singing along you go, oh, I forgot that line. But yet, not only do people love it who saw it first time around, generations of people. There are people bringing their 13-year-olds to see it, and they've just grown up. And there's something about it. The mix of ingredients, I don't know if it should work. Like, it's a nostalgic thing about the 50s. What does a teenager now care about the 1950s? But they loved Elvis, and they love this. And it is just timeless. And in 20 years' time, they'll be bringing it back for the 60th anniversary of Grease because it just works. Sometimes maybe we shouldn't look too hard about why something works and just go, it just works. The songs are bangers, the performances are great, and it still looks smashing up on the big screen. So it's on Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to be great fun. We might even dress up a bit for it.
Absolutely, I was going to say that. Right, 20 seconds on Missed It Monday.
Nope. One of my favorites this year. Loads of people hated it. Lots of people agree with me, but they're much quieter. I think it's really interesting. And if you thought it was interesting, but you heard the other reviews and weren't sure, a £5. Missed it Monday for a £5. That's the time to have an adventure.
Okay. Colleague, thanks for that. We're back probably next Thursday.
Probably.
With the movies.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Take
the
care.
movies.